how you can identify a toxic romantic partner, boss, group, network, and save your life. And what are the 14 patterns that we see in toxic relationships? When I say toxic, it means all these things are designed in a way to derive benefit out of you. And in the end, you end up as someone who was exploited or who felt exploited, whereas the group or this other person took all the goodies from you and vanished. The first pattern is the toxic partner uh, says, my way is the only way. Everyone else is stupid, and you must listen and obey me under all circumstances. So if your partner or if your boss has this kind of a mindset or a language, understand that, you're going to be in for a tough time. Whereas, the healthy partner will say there's always a better way. And if you find something interesting, kindly let me know. I'm willing to evolve. I remember my teacher, one of my mentors, he used to say that, here is what I know, and here is what I've tested, and try it. And if ever you find something better than this, just let me know. We'll go to this teacher together and learn. And this is the kind of attitude which is kind of healthy, that this is what I know, and I know whatever I know today, tomorrow there'll be something better, there'll be something more efficient, more effective. And as it comes, I'm willing to adopt it. I'm not the final word. I don't claim to be the final word. And for now, let's try this and see what happens. And a positive person will not judge the habits, the tendencies, the choices of other people. There's a thing that each to its own, like you may believe in something that I don't. That doesn't give me the right to really judge you and criticize you for what you believe in. But you have your life, I have my life. I live as per my choices. You live as per your choices. And we both follow the law of the land. So we are on the right side of the law, and well, we carry on. The second is, a toxic pattern is when someone says, I'm never wrong. I have never been wrong in my life. I've always been right. I can never be wrong. So you have to be stupid to question me. And anytime you offer critical feedback, the person starts attacking you. He says, well, you are mean. You can't see me happy. You are incompetent. And that's why you are not focusing on what you need to do, but you're focusing on my shortcomings. And I have been, as a student, in so many institutions, I've seen people like this leading the institution or as the head of the department. And these people have some sort of delusion that they're just Mr. Right. And they can never, ever be wrong. They've never been wrong. They just like to play God. And there's a term in clinical psychology for a disease like that. But for now, I will not drag you into the clinical terminology, but just stick to the common sense, common observations, common nomenclature that people use in everyday life. On the other hand, a healthy person will go, I may be wrong. And a healthy person has no problem accepting that, hey, this is what I know. I know that, psychology is a good option for future, but you know what? I may be wrong. Maybe tomorrow AI takes over and there is nothing for psychologists, and psychologists have no work. They're broke. For now, this is what I know based on my understanding. And I have flaws. I have certain strengths and I have certain flaws, weaknesses, and I'm aware of them and I'm working on them. And if you find something wrong with me, if you think I'm being negative in some aspect of my life and I'm being mean, please highlight it to me. So a healthy person will welcome criticism and negative feedback. A healthy person sees criticism and negative feedback as gold, as real currency, because it helps a person who's open to improve and evolve. On the other hand, well, one of the ways you can test if someone is kind of struggling with a mental personality disorder is you just give them negative feedback. Just criticize anything they do or highlight something that is not perfect about them, and they'll just go off. They'll shut you down. So if you're in a toxic relationship or if you're a part of a toxic cult, one of the things these people do is they'll try to disconnect you from your family. And if someone tells, leave your family, move on, your family is stupid, your parents are like outdated, they don't know what's good for you, and so you leave them. While it may be true that my parents belong to a certain generation, they may not be updated as per the latest know-how, but that doesn't make them stupid. That doesn't make them bad. And so any person or any community, any religious group that tries to disconnect you from your primary caregivers, people who brought you to this world, people who took care of you when you were a nobody, understand that it's a trap. And a healthy person will have a very healthy approach towards the elders, the family, which is like, all right, I know for sure that under no circumstances can ever my parents can have bad intentions towards me. They can never ever dream of harming me in any way, even no matter what the circumstances are. However, a healthy person also understands that my parents might not be updated. They might not have awareness of how the world is functioning today. And so the suggestions and advice they offer may not be the right one. However, I respect them for being my parents. I respect them for being humans. I respect parents of others for being humans, for being parents. I respect anyone's parents just because they're human. I offer them the basic respect. And if someone is disrespectful to their parents, it's a major red flag. And if you accept this behavior, tomorrow the same disrespect is going to come on to you. So always beware of people who try to disconnect you from your family. It's friends. So I've seen a lot of marriages, when they begin, one of the partners tells the other partners, hey, now you're married, you're in a new house, it's a new life, you have new responsibilities, so forget about your old friends. You don't need old friends. You have the family, and family is enough. You don't need to have any friends outside of the family. And this is a red flag. And a healthy partner will encourage you to go out, make friends, will encourage you to stay in touch with your old buddies, friends who were there when you were a nobody, and would encourage you to explore life and keep growing your social network. Mind you, it's extremely important, even if you are in a romantic relationship, you are in a work relationship, you're at work, or you're a part of a community, that do not allow these important relationships to destroy your social circle. It's extremely important to have friends outside of work, outside of your marriage, outside of your dating life, outside of your religious group, outside of your hobby group, whatever that is. It's extremely important that you are connected to people outside of these important connections or relationships in your life. And anyone who stops you, watch out. A toxic person, a toxic boss, a toxic religious leader will say, blindly believe whatever I say, just follow that. You do not have enough wisdom and experience to really know how things are done, how things happen in the world. So whatever I say, consider the word of God, the final written in stone, and you have to do whatever I tell you. That's it. Do not ask any questions, or if you question, criticize, or do not follow, you're going to suffer. You're going to be lonely. You're going to be in trouble. If you hear this kind of language, that's a definite red flag. It's a dangerous situation. You really want to consider your option of exiting such an arrangement in personal life, at work, in your group, or whatever communities you're part of. A healthy partner, mentor will tell you, do not believe anyone, anything, even me. Keep your eyes and mind open always. And if there is something you do not understand, ask questions, seek evidence. What is the proof? Show me the proof. And if someone makes a claim, I can do this, I can do that for you, say, show me the evidence. Make me meet someone who has done, you've done this for someone like that. Testimonials, proof, videos. And you should collect as much proof as you can before you make a decision, reach a conclusion. So a healthy person, a healthy boss, a healthy partner will never force you to be a blind believer or a blind follower. A toxic person will break your self-esteem. A toxic person will tell you, you're not enough, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're dull, you're boring. These are like labels a toxic person, a toxic boss, a toxic mentor, a toxic teacher will stick onto you. And once you hear these things time and again, eventually you reach a point that you start believing, you internalize them. You think this must be true because I've been listening to this for years now. And so it hits your self-esteem. And once your self-esteem goes down, your life becomes horrible and you start suffering. And so you have to watch out for anyone. You need to know that you are enough the way you are. You came in this world equipped with whatever you need to live a beautiful and happy life. Yes. And not just you, everyone else is enough. Everyone else is unique. Everyone else is special. Everyone is the same. I'm no more special than you are. You're no more special than I am. Maybe I'm a doctor, let's say, and that doesn't make me superior to you. I'm a doctor because probably I spent 6 years in a medical school. And if you spend 6 years in a medical school, you become a doctor. I'm a psychologist because I studied psychology for X years. Doesn't make me superior. You study psychology for X years. Well, you can do the same. Anything I can do, you can do with practice, with effort, with hard work. There is nothing magical or supernatural about anything anyone does. If one person can do it, anyone can do it. It's a matter of skill, effort, focus, right? So don't let anyone tell you you're not enough, you're stupid, you're dumb, dull, boring, not interesting. That is a red flag. In relationships, at work, we mess up, we make mistakes, things go wrong. And whenever things go wrong in a toxic relationship, the blame is on you. You are stupid. It's because of you we are struggling. It's because of you our situation is like this. You do not understand. You do not empathize. You are stupid. You are dumb. It's your fault. It's always your fault. And I'm the poor victim. So this is language that you hear from a person who's trying to control and blame. It's a language of blame anytime anything goes wrong. Whereas a healthy person will say, well, you know what? We are in it together. We are together. We are one unit. We are working together. And I understand things are difficult right now. There are challenges. We have to make it work. We have to do it together. I own it. I understand it's my responsibility. And I'm willing to work on myself and evolve so that I can contribute more. I can contribute better to the success of a relationship and the happiness of a relationship. So there's a sense of extreme ownership in a positive partner, a positive person. Whereas a toxic person will just throw the blame onto you. Since you are stupid and do not know what is good for you, I will make all the decisions. I will select your goals and you just have to follow. So anytime you find someone who's trying to control your choices, your decisions, your life goals, well, you need to run away. It makes sense when I am making choices for my kid who's like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, because 6 months old kid doesn't know what to eat, what not to eat, what is poisonous, what is not poisonous, what is safe, what is not safe. But when anyone tries to do it for someone who's 20, 25, 18, you are with a control freak who is extremely insecure and who's scared of the idea of, letting you make your own choices. And it's a major, major red flag. You will suffocate in a relationship like this, at work, in life, in a group. So anytime anyone tells you, I will make choices for you, directly or in an implied way, well, tell them stop. Because a healthy person will tell you, well, the truth is, none of us know how things will end up, how things will shape up. Whether the decision I'm making today, I have no 100% guarantee that it will be the right decision, it'll be the correct way. We make decisions based on what we call an educated guess. We take situations into consideration. We study various permutations and combinations. We look for other examples, and then we make an educated guess. And we hope that it is right. We get what we're looking for. However, if you say, well, someone says, I know 100% that how things are going to turn out, well, you are being taken for a ride, right? So we make mistakes, we make decisions, hoping they're right. And if they go bad, we learn from them, we evolve, and then we make new decisions, again, hoping that they're going to be right. This is how healthy people operate. And so they never claim to know the future. A toxic relationship is full of three things: fear, guilt, and shame. Fear that if you don't listen to me, you're going to suffer. You're going to be lonely. You're going to be unhappy. So if you don't listen to me, you are doomed. This is fear. Guilt. Well, you deserve it. You did not listen to me, so you are guilty of, this is a major, major sin you've done. And so you deserve to be punished. You deserve to suffer. And shame, like, you are so stupid that you don't even know that you should have listened to me in the first place. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? So in a toxic relationship, we're going to do shame. Don't you have any shame that you did this? You didn't even think about your family. You didn't even think about your culture. So they'll use shame as a tool. They'll use guilt as a tool. They'll use fear as a tool to control your choices and control your life, and stop that. Because a healthy pattern is like, hey, we all feel fear, and fear is natural. Go explore, make mistakes, own them, own the consequences of your mistakes. If something doesn't work, try something else. And this is how you learn and grow in the world. Have no shame in making mistakes. Have no shame in trying. Have no guilt if you fail. Have no guilt if you are not able to get what you're looking for. Have no fear that if things don't work out, you're going to be lonely, you're going to be suffering. Because, all these are games in life. And when you play a game, whether you win or lose, the important thing is that you had fun on the way. And you cannot have fun on the way if you're full of fear, guilt, and shame. So a healthy person will drive fear, guilt, and shame out of your system so that you can enjoy life, you can enjoy the process, enjoy the effort, whereas a toxic person will install fear, guilt, and shame in you, and then you cannot enjoy the process. I own you. You shall not meet anyone, speak to anyone, do anything without my approval. It's again an extension of total control, total domination of your life. A toxic person will isolate you from everyone. He will make sure that you're lonely and you have no one else to talk to outside of the person, or the outside of the workplace, or outside the group, so of the religious or any kind of cult. And when that happens, whenever you are in doubt, well, you have no one else on the outside to really discuss, who can share a different perspective. And a toxic person will try to turn you into a slave. Red flag. On the other hand, a healthy pattern is, hey, you and me, we are equal. I'm no more special than you. I may know a couple of things because we've already covered, because I've worked on them. Not because I'm superior to you or to anyone. I do not own you. We are together. You're my support. I'm your support. And let's explore this life together. And let's do it together. I may have a functional role as a boss, but that does not make me superior to you. A functional role does not. So if someone is your boss by virtue of function or by virtue of education, does not make this person superior to you. He's the same human, you're the same human. It's just a different function, because the person might have more experience or some education that you may not have yet. And you can always acquire that and do all the things the person is capable of. Is always taking value as if he's entitled and it is his birthright. So, think of a toxic person, toxic boss, let's say. He'll make you do the work. And when you do the work, he'll use your work and present it as his or her own work. He will take credit of your sweat, your toil, your hard work. And he won't even feel guilty about it. He'll have no remorse. He'll say, wow, that's natural, You're supposed to work for me and I'm supposed to get all the credit. You're supposed to suffer and I'm supposed to enjoy. There is nothing wrong in it. This person, generally a toxic person who's struggling in some way in a toxic relationship, one of the partners might have this tendency of taking whatever your effort is for granted and taking all the credit, all the limelight, all the goodies. And this person believes that it is this person's birthright to really have all of this, and you are meant to serve this person. Whereas a healthy pattern is, a healthy partner is someone who's always willing to support, and he'll always be thinking, how can I help her be more smart, be more empowered, have more joy and happiness in life, have more experience in life, have more of all the good things in life. How can I take out some negativity from my partner's life? A healthy partner thinks like this and offers unconditional support. A healthy partner is happy when you succeed, when you smile, when you laugh, when you are full of life, and is disturbed when you are angry, you're sad, you're low, you're down, and is there to support you. But this person will not let you even have a different narrative, a different way of thinking. So if this person, let's say, is vegetarian, and well, you just one day, someday say, hey, what about eating non-vegetarian food because it is good and it is protein rich, or whatever. I read a study, and this person will shut you down, shoot you for thinking something that is different from what this person believes in the first place. And if you talk to a non-vegetarian friend, this person might curse you, make you feel guilty about thinking or being with someone who has a different belief system or different habits. And this is a major red flag, because a healthy partner will encourage you. So a healthy partner who happens to be a vegetarian might say, hey, you know what? I prefer vegetarian food. However, you're free to go and explore. And I am vegetarian because I've done some research and it shows that, it's good for our health. But then you are free. It's your life. It's your taste. It's your body. Go explore. And a healthy partner will encourage you to explore various cultures and will empower you to make independent choices. And whenever you make a choice that you suffer, something that goes wrong, will be there to support you without punishing you for making those choices. Think about a toxic relationship where there's no happiness and there are fights and one person is suffering and the other person is like doing nothing. And this person is lazy, doesn't make any effort, and has no skill, is not making an effort to acquire the skill, but is blaming people as, look, you know what? I'm not successful because people are stupid. They do not have the intelligence to really understand my point of view. I have this gifted divine vision, but people are dumb. They do not know what I'm talking of. I am this special person who's born like once in 1,000 years, and I'm here, but like these low lives, they just don't get it. And that's why I'm not successful. I know the greatest ideas, but my business venture is not succeeding because people are dumb. People are not ready for it. I'm a great actor. I'm a great singer, but nobody appreciates my voice because people have really bad taste. And whereas a healthy partner, a healthy person will say, well, you know what? I tried my best. I did not get the result I was looking for. Maybe I did not make enough effort. Maybe I was like kind of lazy. Maybe I need more skill. Maybe other people are working harder than I am. And he'll try to figure out, what is it can I do? How can I improve my performance? And he will take feedback from people as impetus to really work harder and improve, be a better version. Now, if you are with the lazy person who's justifying his failure and blaming other people's incompetence and lack of intelligence, it's going to happen to you. The blame is going to come to you eventually, and you're going to suffer. Every time this person fails, you're going to be held responsible in some way for failure. Whereas a healthy person will never ever blame you for his incompetence, for his failures. One partner is a parasite onto the other partner. So this parasite does nothing. He takes money from the other person on some pretext, on some sad back sob story. Oh, my life is so difficult. This is the problem. That is the problem. And then takes that money and uses that money to flaunt a lifestyle on social media, on YouTube, or even in real life, wear expensive brands that this person cannot afford. And he's shameless about asking money to splurge and show people that I have status, I have power. But in reality, in truth, this person is not capable of even maintaining a basic lifestyle. And this person will be talking big, but if you see the action, it's nothing. This person just uses his big ideas to manipulate his romantic partner into giving this person money so that this person can buy expensive clothes and flaunt. And when a lot of the times when I speak to the other partner is like, no, he, it's just not his time, or it's not just her time. She's working. She's not a gold digger. He's not a gold digger. He just genuinely needs an expensive pair of glasses. That's so important because it'll boost his confidence, and they'll tell you all sort of crap to justify them giving money to their partner who's nothing, just lazing around and burning around and having a good time. And this person, in a sense, is hoping that someday this person is going to succeed, which actually never happens. And the day they stop the supply of money and resources, this second person will disappear and will find another host on which it'll act as a parasite. So these are the 14 patterns. And I just want to tell you that, no matter what anyone tells you, no matter what kind of grades you got at school, whether you're a top of the class or bottom of the class, whether you have a lot of money or you have no money or you're broke, if you're breathing, if you're listening to me right now, I want to tell you that wherever you are enough. You are as special as anyone else. You are unique. There's nobody like you in the universe right now. And never, ever will there be anyone exactly like you. There's not going to be a second copy of you. You are important. And please understand that, appreciate that you are significant. You matter. Because there's nobody who can replace you ever. And operate from this sense of identity that I am special, just like everyone else is special. So treat people as if they are really special, and treat yourself as if you are really special. And tell yourself it's okay to experiment. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to go wrong. It's okay to fall down, get hurt once in a while. It's okay to take time. It's okay to catch a breath. It's okay to not be in a hurry. The rat race is made up. It's not real. You're alive. It's your time. It's your life. These are your dreams. You must dream your own dreams. And you have all the right to live your life the way you want to live. Be the way you want to be. So claim your life. This is important. Today I heard of a girl committing suicide, and she was working in one of the big 4 companies, really prestigious companies. And the mother of the girl goes and says, well, she wrote a letter to the CEO of the company, and she was like, you are really treating employees, freshers poorly. And that's really, really shouldn't happen. However, we need to empower kids and tell them that, look, if you think you're being exploited, if your boundaries at work are not being honored, know that you are bigger than your job. Know that you're bigger than your marriage. Know that you're bigger than your role. Know that you're bigger than your cult, or bigger than your hobby class, or bigger than your religious group. You are more important, and you can step out and get away, walk out of that toxicity, that boundaryless culture anytime you want to. You don't need to seek anyone's permission to exit a toxic, negative relationship. I see no difference when I see someone at work committing suicide and someone in a marriage committing suicide. It's the same. And I understand that the company should be taken to task. The husband should be, or if it's a woman who committed suicide, the husband should be questioned and the family should be taken to task. However, at the same time, I think it's a bigger responsibility upon us to tell everyone that, there is a better option. You can simply leave. And you don't need anyone's permission to leave. If you can get one job, you can get another job. If you got married in the first place, well, there are people who get married again. There are people who stay single all their life and they do just fine. There are so many ways to exist in today's world, and suicide should not be a natural choice. Ending your life should not be a choice. You should not end your life just because someone else does not have empathy and is not sensitive to your challenges and boundaries. That you're making the other party win at the cost of your life. So we need to tell everyone that the door is always open legally. You can always walk out of a toxic relationship. You can always resign from a toxic workplace, and have faith in your own ability that you can find another job, a better one, perhaps. You can find another partner, another boyfriend, another girlfriend, a better one, perhaps.